It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants on Sunday night.
Well, the Giants began play all the way back in 1925. And almost 100 years later, this venue was built to house their next era. MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Here's Graham Gano out for the opening kick. And away we go from East Rutherford. Fielded at the 7. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him. And he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
That's caught by A.J. Brown. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Option play, they give it to Barkley. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Giants side of the field. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Bobby Okereke making that stop. They pick up a yard. Still need one more, though. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Offense already looking like they're in mid-game form. They've got it down to the 32. First and 10. Here's Hurts. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Barkley has the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles finish up an excellent opening series. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established and into top gear right here early on.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Gray now on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So the Giants out and getting set for their first drive. And leading them out, someone playing at a high level over a decade after entering the league. He's got a Super Bowl to his name. It's Russell Wilson.
Kate, Russell Wilson's one of the NFL's most experienced quarterbacks. He's also one of the winningest quarterbacks, even with a couple bumps in the road in Denver. Remember, over that decade in Seattle with Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom, there wasn't a quarterback that won more games in the history of the league over the first 10 years. 9 times to the Pro Bowl as well. Put a supporting cast around him, give him a run game and a defense, and Russell Wilson still knows very well how to play this game.
Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. That pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Russ now from the gun. Got a man. Robinson has it. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. The rookie out of Alabama there on the tackle. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
3rd and just 2 to go. Here's Tracy once more. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
They just keep working it forward early. We've got 1st and 10 now from the 35. Ross out of the pistol. That's complete to Darius Slayton. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Wilson, a quick throw, complete. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Running back, motioning right. Now Wilson on 3rd and long. Gets this to Johnson. And he'll go down here at the 16.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
The kick by Gonzalez is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Eagles about set to get going for their 2nd drive. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A play fake, now Hurts to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense is energized following that stick for a loss.
Hey, God bless the Ted Washingtons, Casey Hamptons, Vince Wilforks, all them run stuffers back in the day. But the D-tackles of today, you not only have to stuff the run, you have to eat up the pass too, and that D-tackle just got it done.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Couldn't connect with Dallas Goedert. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Completes this one to Jahan Dotson. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Here's 2nd and 2. Oh, stiff arm. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Hurts now from the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll step up, and there he goes. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
1st down throwing for Hurts. Escapes the pocket. He calls his own number again. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
2nd and 3 now. Throwing now from the gun. Bails out of the pocket quick. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And they'll try to build on that big stop.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs. But not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Now Hurts. Flushed out of the pocket. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Man in motion, headed right. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles now lead by 10. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Giants taking the field for their second possession. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. He finds Johnson. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. Second and 3 now. Wilson now from the gun. Able to hit Robinson, complete. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Zach Vaughn with the tackle. Third down, 1 yard to go. A give to Tracy up the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
On first down, it's Wilson. Finds his target, Robinson. And he's out of bounds. Looks like right at the midfield stripe.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Connects with Johnson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Here's Wilson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Second and 3 now. From the gun, it's Tracy. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Giants will have a first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Going to the ground again on first. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be second down.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now Wilson on the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Let's see what they went with on third down. Receiver in motion, headed right. Ross off the play fake. Neighbors with a catch. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down, and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Quick slant caught by Neighbors. And he's going to be touchdown. Brock looks to be a couple yards shy of that marker. Second and 3 now. Now here's Ross. This one's caught. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. The Giants using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They send the tight end in motion. He's got it! And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Tracy. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Giants make it a 1-score game before halftime. Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's Avery Williams on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Eagles taking over now late in the first half. And they'll have an even 40 seconds available to them, so expect to see at least a few plays here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. That pass complete to Goddard. He's got a gain of 6 there. He was brought down by Roy Robertson Harris. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Throwing here, Hurts. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Hurts setting up to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Hurts throwing again. He's on the move. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And it just keeps coming, Kate. It just keeps coming. This defense relentless in this first half. Third time. Now this quarterback's got to pick himself off the turf. When they get in that locker room at halftime, it's going to be a quick one. I think the whole message is going to be, how do we protect our quarterback? Because if you can't do that, this offense can't get started.
All right, here we go. Second down. Trying again, following the sack. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Here he is on third and long. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. That one intended for Jahan Dotson. And they're going to be stuck with a fourth and long.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And they'll have a chance to run one play before time expires. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. All right, some adjustments in store, no doubt about that. They're headed to the locker room trailing as he kneels to end this first half. So as we reach halftime, we see the visiting Eagles taking a lead into the break. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. Here, it was the always dangerous Saquon Barkley with the impressive first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Giants offense with the football. They'll get it first in this second half. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Russ now from the gun. He locates Daniel Bellinger. And he'll get it up to the 44. They'll get 18 yards there. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. A give right side to Tracy. Past midfield to the 45. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. It's a huge pickup on the play. And the Giants will have a first down.
Anytime you get that chunk of yards, gosh, you can just feel it in the stadium. It just changes the whole complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end this series with points.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. They go right back to Tracy. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Blitz coming, Russ has it down close. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Wilson on 3rd down. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
I get it in baseball. That 27th out, it's just different than the other 26. And these 100 yards and these inches right near the goal line, well, they're the toughest to get. And this defense, give them some credit, man. Put a gold star by that effort to hold them inches away on the previous down and then to get the sack. Game-changing kind of plays.
On 4th down, we'll see Graham Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. Little more than a chip shot. This is 25 yards. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. This finds Smith. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Motion man left is Brown. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Brought down by Paulson Adebo. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1.
Hey, as much as I love talking about these physical matchups, right now this is psychological. This adds some layers to this 3rd down call. Do you try your hand at another run and hope it fares better? Tougher to go back to it again when it just gets stuffed.
Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10 from the 41. Now they send their back in motion right. On 1st down, Hurts. This is brought in along the the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
They've got a man in motion. 2nd and 6 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? Hurts now from the gun. Goddard makes the catch. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
I got to be honest, it hurts a little extra when it comes on 3rd down, but it really doesn't matter what down it is. If a completed pass is stopped at the line of scrimmage, offensively, that's a failure. Defensively, that's a success.
The Eagles are in punt formation. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And the fair catch secure here at the 16. The Giants and Tyrone Tracy are running back on now. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
Only took him one play, partner, and they've already made it to that 40-yard line. 1st down, here's Russ. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
A handoff to Tracy. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On 1st down, it's Wilson. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
This is Tracy. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
1st down, and they go right back to him. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. That was Reed Blankenship making the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. from the 29. This finds Bellinger. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Defense shows blitz. Wilson. Taken in by Bellinger. And he gets this forward to the 19. That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday night. It's Giants football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. Second down now, 7 to go. They run, here's Tracy. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go. Shotgun snap for Wilson. The throw is caught. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. Option play, headed right on. Oh, he lost the football! And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
You know, Kate, that's a stop they're going to use as teaching tape for an entire season. Heck, the offseason. Back pressed against their own end zone, making an impact play. No one expected to force a fumble. His effort directly kept points off the scoreboard. And it's that type of effort the coaches want to see from everyone on the field.
The Eagles about set to go on offense. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Here's another carry for Barkley. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
All right, all set up now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Able to get it to Barkley.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
On second down, here's Barkley. Blast through midfield. And he has this all the way across to the opposing 45. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. They go to Barkley again. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. It's Dotson on the catch. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Throwing here, Hurts. Taken in by Smith. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Option play. They give it to Barkley. And they make the stop, but a lot closer to the end zone now. He got it to the 11. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. A play fake. Now Hurts to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Eagles clinging to a 1-point lead. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Now motion him out of the backfield. Looking to throw. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
A lot of pressure on this kick for Jake Elliott. This is a 35-yard look from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond a field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. Trying to break a return. Oh, no, he lost the football! And they steal it back on the return.
These guys are flying down the field. Reminds me of the guys at Braveheart. But different than Braveheart, these guys got two things on their mind. Number one, get the returner down. And number two, try to separate the ball if they can. It's rare that it happens, but boy, is it big when it does.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And they corral him after a minimal gain to the 21. The Giants using their first timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. They run it with Saquon. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Back to throw it. That's caught for the 1st. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
2nd down, probably going to see him kneel it again here. Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there, and that's going to be a penalty. He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early. This won't run out the clock just yet, Brock. They're going to have to kneel it again after this one. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from New York.